Yes, people, welcome back to another video where I'm talking about Adam Wharton because this guy is going to be world class. Yes, I said it. England are going to have a number 6 midfielder that I believe can be world class. This guy is top draw. 21 years of age, bossing it for Crystal Palace in the midfield, helping the team beat Liverpool on the weekend. And he is a player that is going to have a number of top clubs. And I'm not talking top clubs, I'm talking the best clubs queuing up to sign him next summer, because there's just no way for me. The respect for Crystal Palace, of course, great club, great fan base, they're keeping hold of Adam Wharton, especially when you've got a World Cup summer as well, and you've got next season where a lot of teams like maybe Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool, potentially Manchester City are all looking for a sort of a holding midfielder that can carry the team for the next 4, 5, 6 seasons even, because look at his age. He's not even ripe yet. He's still learning. He's still growing. He's still developing. But this player here in Adam Wharton is just brilliant. And I love it. Look, I think Manchester United are crying out for a midfielder like this. To this day, Manchester United have not signed a Michael Carrick replacement. You know, you've got Bastian Schweinsteiger that's coming, Schneiderlin, Fellaini, Matic, Casemiro, Agate. I've just named you 6 players off the bat that have come in to try and do what Michael Carrick brought to this football club. And they've not been able to do it. Adam Wharton is the player that Manchester United must be going out and signing. He is the perfect player for the number 6 role that gives you an element of control, an element of composure, an element of technical security. He's an England international, and he's going to be starting for England in a matter of time. He is the player that Manchester United need to go out and spend 80 million on and say, right, come into this football club and we're going to get another midfielder alongside you, and you're going to help get this team back competing at the highest level. You're going to be part of that rebuild. Ineos, Jim Ratcliffe, there is no other player right now that I would take in this 6th role than Adam Wharton. You can say Balebas and players like that. They're more box to box for me. But when you're talking number 6, controlling midfielders that can also break up play, win tackles, win duels, physical, but great on the ball, Adam Wharton fits everything of if Sir Alex Ferguson was at this football club, he is bringing Adam Wharton to this team. 100%. But the thing is, can Manchester United even sign this player? Because when you've got Liverpool that are looking at a number 6 next season, obviously you've got Gravenberch that can play more forward, box to box, Szoboszlai, Florian Wirtz. McAllister's not a natural holding 6. Liverpool are crying out for a midfielder in that area. And if you're winning the Premier League and potentially going back to back, but you're competing for the highest honours, you're playing in the Champions League, I don't feel like Man United can compete with Liverpool for this signature of this player. If Liverpool put up the money, which we know they have done for players like Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz and Ekitike the summer just gone, they can do the same for Adam Wharton. And I think Liverpool are in a different situation now to Manchester United in terms of Liverpool have got their fullbacks. They've reinvested in there. They've got their forward line sorted now. You've got Gakpo, Wirtz. Salah's still there. He might leave, but if they get money for him, they can replace him. When you look at a team like Liverpool, all they're doing now is adding 2 or 3 players each summer. They'll go out and get their centre-backs, 1 or 2, and they'll go out and get a big midfielder. And then all of a sudden, Liverpool are rebuilding their starting 11, and you're thinking, right, they are doing it the right way. The fans are excited. They can be. But their midfielder in Adam Wharton is perfectly tailor-made for Liverpool. He allows Gravenberch to use his legs, stretch the pitch and get further forward. He can just control, sit in that tempo in the front of the back 4, in the halfway line and dictate the play. You know, Szoboszlai can then do the marauding runs and get up the pitch. Florian Wirtz, he might even be better next season, because if Florian Wirtz gets someone like Adam Wharton passing through the lines, feeding him in the pockets, it's perfect. Adam Wharton is tailor-made for Manchester United. He's also tailor-made for Liverpool. But which team will get him? Because Manchester City are another team that I have to throw in there, because Rodri is getting a bit older. You've got Nico Gonzalez, who's still adjusting to the Premier League. You've got Reinders, who's box to box. You know, when you look at Manchester City's midfield, they still need someone that can take over the reins from Rodri. They can't rely on him to play week in, week out, especially coming back from the injury that he's had. Adam Wharton at Manchester City under Pep, disgusting. They're the only 3 teams that I could potentially see Adam Wharton ending up at, because Manchester United are crying out for that midfielder, but we're not in the position to talk and offer him what Manchester City and Liverpool can in terms of what they're competing for. You know, the plan, you know, the upward trajectory. Man United just have the name. That's all Manchester United have. The Liverpool and Manchester City potentially could be fighting out for this signature. But Adam Wharton, for me, just as a player, when we talk about him, the guy is majestic. The guy is class. And I think England need to make sure that they look after this player, because England had Michael Carrick in the era that Gerrard, Lampard and Scholes are there. And they never used Michael Carrick because he wasn't the biggest name, you know? But sometimes not the biggest names have to be the players that are starting. When you're looking at this England team right now, you've got Declan Rice, who's a very good box-to-box player, up and down, legs, energy. You've got Elliot Anderson, who's got legs and energy, and they're playing at Nottingham Forest at the moment. And yes, Elliot Anderson started a couple of games for England. But for me, he's not a natural number 6 like an Adam Wharton. Adam Wharton in this country is the best there is. And England must start him. Crystal Palace is starting him every game. They realize how important he is, and he's going to be at one of the best clubs next season. But I'm telling you now, Adam Wharton is exactly what England have been crying out for since they didn't use Michael Carrick. They've not had this type of player in years. Paul Scholes was that type of player before that as well. But again, they forced him on the left wing to accommodate Gerrard and Lampard. Do the right thing now. Forget accommodating players. Play their players in the best position. And what England have right now with Adam Wharton, him and Declan Rice is the 2-man midfield that they need. England need to be going forward with that now. If they want to be competitive at the World Cup and try and match these technical teams across Europe, Adam Wharton has to be in there, because he gives you so much more versatility and variety than what a lot of English players do that we grow up with. You know, England, I'm born here, and I don't know where you're watching from, but if you're watching from England, of course you'll know. But England, you know, in the youth systems and even growing up, we don't have them players profiles like the Pirlos, like the Busquets, like the Carricks. They're very niche. Even Harry Winks, even though he's not going to play for England, but Harry Winks, that type of player that just sit in front of the back four, dictate the tempo, control it. You know, we are crying out for players like this. So when we get them, we need to make sure we play them. And I think Adam Wharton is set for the top. I love the way he plays the game. I love the way he plays football. And I think only now people are starting to recognize how good he was, because when he was at Blackburn, he was doing this. He was doing this, but no one at a top club would want to take the punt on an Adam Wharton. Why? I understand it. Why are you signing someone from Blackburn? He hasn't even done it at the highest level yet. Why are you paying and signing him? You know, a lot of big teams fans would question why you're going for that approach of signing these players from the Championship. Hayden Hackney's another one from Middlesbrough that a lot of teams should be looking at. But Adam Wharton, for me, he is doing his thing at Crystal Palace, and they have one of the best midfielders in the league. And I respect Crystal Palace and what they're doing right now, because it's not even just Adam Wharton. You've got obviously Ismail Assar, you've got Mateta, you've got Guehi, you've got Lacroix stepping up, Tyreek Mitchell, Daniel Munoz. They're 18 games unbeaten. I respect the job Glasner's done so much, winning the Community Shield, winning the FA Cup. It must be such a brilliant feeling right now that's going on around Crystal Palace Football Club. And they deserve it, because the manager's come in, he's instilled his formation, he's getting the best out of the players that he can. Ismail Assar on the right 10, Yeremy Pino now coming in, Mateta leading the line, Kamada playing alongside Wharton now, and Kamada's a good Japanese international. Munoz allowed to just bomb up and down. Guehi, Lacroix, Richards, physical, dominant, but quite quick as well. It's working for Crystal Palace. It's brilliant. The cohesion, the balance, the fan base, the manager, the man management of players as well. You know, even players like Will Hughes getting their minutes and, you know, tipping in Jefferson Lerma. I have to say, what Crystal Palace are doing right now is brilliant. But I think carrying that mantelpiece and shining through is Adam Wharton, because he is the staple. He is the link between the midfield and the attack. He is the link between defense and midfield. He's comfortable in the ball. He passes through the lines. He breaks iron. He's brave. He can travel with it at times. And his performance against Liverpool just summed up everything about him. That first half was a masterclass from Adam Wharton in midfield. Crystal Palace should have had the game done dead and buried, but they didn't. Eddie Nketiah had to do it in the last minute. But when we're talking about the next top-level midfielder in the Premier League, but not only that, for England, don't look any further. Adam Wharton is him. And I'm so intrigued to see where he goes to next season, because it's going to cost a big amount of money. And I can see why, because he's got that unique profile that England never produce. Make sure we protect Adam Wharton. Make sure he's starting at that World Cup Thomas Tuchel, because this guy is one of the best players out there right now, especially for his age at 21. He's not even hit his prime yet. Adam Wharton, the oyster, the world is yours. And people are just living in it. Guys, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe, because I think Adam Wharton deserves his praise. And I'm so excited to see what the future holds for the young 21-year-old English midfielder. like, subscribe. On my way to 5K, and I'll see you soon, guys.